Now, from News Channel 3, this is the best local sports show.
We might look light, but we are heavy, though. Despite a limited number of games this week, we still have some ball, headlined by 2 matchups on the high desert featuring 4 local teams. We have that and much more. It is week 6 of the high school football season on the best local sports show, and it starts right now.
Been here for a long time, since '79. Go Wildcats.
It's Wildcat territory on the best local sports show. You're watching Friday Night Football on the best local sports show.
It's Friday Night Football. Go Wildcats!
We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Get ready for the show.
We are ready for the show. Welcome to the Week 6 edition of the Best Local Sports Show. I'm Sports Director Blake Arthur. Kenji Ito and Kendall Flynn going to join me in just a bit. Not many games on the schedule this week. 5 of our Desert Empire teams all on bye ahead of league play next week. But we did have some intriguing matchups, including an all-local affair between 2 teams separated by 83 miles. Desert Mirage in the East Valley, 29 Palms in the High Desert. Here we go. 3-2 Rams making the road trip to take on the 2-2 Wildcats, 2 teams who don't get as much coverage as others, mainly because of distance. So happy to have them leading the show here in week 6. An awesome stadium there at 29 Palms, just beautiful. And the Cats offense looking pretty too. Sophomore quarterback Josh Reynoso rolls right, hits Logan Candelaria. He fights his way in for the first touchdown of the game. 29 Palms in front. And then more Candelaria, this time on the jet sweep toss. This kid was all over the highlight in this game. Another touchdown for Candelaria, and the Wildcats extending their lead to 2 scores. Can't get over how professional that field looks. And speaking of looks, check that out. Beautiful sky up there. And then check this out. Reynoso, short pass to Aaron Haney. Haney does the rest, all while fixing his helmet and face mask. Makes a couple defenders miss, and he is gone. That is a 60-yard touchdown from Haney. You talk about electricity. You talk about lightning in a bottle. Well, there it is. And then there it is again. Some real shock for you. Desert Mirage down big, so needing something, and they get it from Omar Martinez off the left side into the end zone to get the Rams on the board. But the Rams back on offense, and a big play here from the Wildcats defense. Disaster. Coy Wallace pops the ball loose right into the hands of Bubba Corney. He takes it the other way. 29 Palms touchdown. What a play by the Wildcats defense as 29 Palms pours it on Desert Mirage. 38-14 is the final. That is a nice win for the Wildcats at home on the high desert.
Kind of what we expected. Our guys came out. We came out ready to go. It's what we're trying to instill and drill in them, and just make sure that they're prepared for anything. If we play our best version of football, we'll be in most games. We just want to compete. Very proud of the guys tonight.
It was just a team effort. You know, I scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. That really set the tempo. Got a forced fumble, so that really was a change in momentum. So, yeah, no, I'm really proud of the guys and excited for the rest of the season.
Our defensive line is picking up. We're playing the edge as well, and everybody's kind of learning the game here. So, yeah, kind of excited what's going on. As we go into league, we're a small team, but we're going to be measured by our efforts and our ability to stay healthy. So I'm excited. I welcome what's coming, and it's going to be a good look forward. Hell of a job tonight, guys. Right here, hands up.
Let's go. Congratulations to the Wildcats. Hey, we're just getting started with the show. Coming up, another all-local game on the high desert between Desert Hot Springs and Yucca Valley. Plus, Coachella Valley was forced to cancel their game last week due to poor field conditions. Kendall Flynn will join the show. We'll see if the Arabs could turn things around with a win this week. You're watching Week 6 of high school football on the Best Local Sports Show.
Welcome back to the best local sports show on News Channel 3.
Best sports show on planet Earth, bro.
Go Trojans!
Game time. You go, you know.
You're watching the best local sports show. Go Eagles!
Welcome back to the Best Local Sports Show, Week 6 of the season. The High Desert was the place to be this week. We already showed you Desert Mirage and 29 Palms, the Wildcats winning that game. But time now for Desert Hot Springs and Yucca Valley. The Golden Eagles cruised up Highway 62 to take on the Trojans. Both teams coming in at 2-3 on the year, trying to get to 500 with a win here in week 6. Kind of a pivotal game, especially with league play on the horizon. First quarter, it's Aiden to Aiden for the Trojans. Aiden Shannon finds Aiden Pope in the end zone. The Aidens put Yucca Valley on the board first. Now to Desert Hot Springs, Anthony Hodge. Full steam ahead, makes it 7-7 in the second quarter. We got a ball game. Back to the Trojans. Shannon fires to Ian Jarrett, and this would be a big game. Shannon would then sneak it in for the 14-7 lead for the Trojans at home. In the third, more Yucca. Clyde King, crown him, gets the call, tells the defender to get off him, and he crosses the goal line. 21-7, Yucca Valley still in front. The Trojans added another touchdown, going on to win it 28-7 over Desert Hot Springs. Yucca Valley improves to 3-3, while DHS falls to 2-4. Always love the mountain silhouette shot. This one here at Cathedral City as San Gorgonio was in town. The second time in as many weeks after losing to Indio last week. The Lions trying to do what the Rajas did, and that's get a win over the Spartans. But San Gorgonio had other ideas early on. After a fumbled punt return, San G was set up well. They punched that in for the first score of the game. Spartans in front on the road. But Cathedral City answered with some good ground game. Trace Vargas running it well. And he ran it so well that our camera only got the tail end of his touchdown. One of his 3 touchdowns in the game, that is. So congratulations to Trace Vargas, and apologies because that camera I was talking about, that was me. That's my bad. Back to San G on offense. This time they go to the air. The Spartans have a wide open receiver. Another touchdown for the road team. They now lead at 14-6 at Cathedral City. But turnovers were an issue for the Lions offense. The defense played well. That is a tackle for a loss. Blue shirts all over that. And then more defense. Senior Timothy Reatigui, I probably butchered that name, and I apologize. He gets the pressure and forces a bad throw right to Javier Godinez, and Godinez is gone the other way. A pick 6 for Godinez and the Lions defense. That tied the game at 14 after a 2-point conversion. These teams went back and forth, but the Lions win it 34-28. They get to 2-4 on the year. All right, let's bring it back to the desk here because Kendall Flynn joins the show now. And Kendall, our next game features Coachella Valley. And I really want to talk about what happened last week because the Arabs forced to cancel their game due to poor field conditions because of that rain that we saw. And now their record is 1-4.
It is 1-4. So we spoke with the athletic director, Jason Castillo, before the game, and he told us this is a CIF decision, and it's really an unfortunate one for the Arabs here. Not only did they not get to compete, but they had to take a loss on that. It's their 4th straight one after a win in week 1. But Coachella Valley is back at home this week. They're trying to turn the page and get a win against Valley View. Look at them running out there. They're ready to play. Valley View puts the first points on the board for the night. QB Jesse Vega to Alex Ramirez. That'll make it 7-0 for the Eagles. Look at that. He's ready to go. Valley View is back with the ball again. After stopping CV on their next drive, it's a pass to Damian Randon for 14-0. But now it's the second quarter, and Coachella Valley's Ivan Camargo is somersaulting into the end zone. Look at him there. Almost went off the ground. A blocked punt will make that 14-6. And on the Eagles' next drive, the Mighty Arabs respond with an interception. Look at this. Throws it right to him. Benson's back to catch it. Look at that. Victor Sanchez setting up CV for its next drive there. And it's Ivan Camargo again. Here he goes. It's reaching back for that end zone. Here he goes. Watch him here. Reaching in. Oh! And he gets it in right there. But after a failed 2-point conversion, he keeps it at 14-12. Valley View going into halftime. Valley View will finish the lead for the night. Despite CV's pushback final score 21-18, CV will stay at 1-5 for the season.
Kendall, thank you so much. That is a tough loss for the Arabs. Looking at some scores now from games we could not get to this week. Indio lost 47-0 at West Valley. Rajas fall to 1-5 on the year. Desert Chapel lost to Duarte, and La Quinta, tough loss for the Blackhawks, 35-29 in overtime at Central. So LQ finishes 4-1 in preseason play ahead of their league opener next week, which, oh, by the way, is against 5-0 Palm Springs. That'll be our game of the week, no doubt about it. If you missed any scores from this week, you can always visit our website at kesq.com. All right, that's going to do it for highlights and scores from Week 6. We have more football, though, to be had. Coming up, Kenji Ito. Big Ken's going to join the show with more on College of the Desert football, a familiar face playing games at a familiar place. That's a story you don't want to miss. Plus, don't forget Blake's Best. It's the best local sports show, and it's back after this.
Welcome back to the best local sports show on News Channel 3.
Welcome back to the show, Week 6 of high school football. As you saw Kendall, and now you've seen enough of me, I'm sure, but we have not seen Kenji yet. It is time now to bring in the one, the only, Kenji Ito for Kenji's Corner. As you see there, Kenji Ito joining the show. Kenji, not many games this week for high school football, but you're always thinking outside the box, and you have more from College of the Desert football.
Yeah, Blake, thank you. And honestly, it was an awesome time just catching up with the Roadrunners and interviewing Jack Steptoe. It's always a classic. You know what I mean already. But, you know, this story goes beyond the gridiron. Quarterback O'Shea Wallace, who is a familiar name to the Valley, is playing his first season at COD after transferring from Long Beach City. Crazy enough, head coach Jack Steptoe recruited Wallace back in 2022. I got to catch up with Wallace about his return to the desert.
I'm glad to have him back. You know, like I said, my mind didn't change because he left, and I was glad to have him back, and he hit the ground running. So I'm really proud of him.
Being a new player for the COD football team, O'Shea Wallace is no stranger when it's game time, playing at his alma mater, Cathedral City High School, which is always a full circle moment for the sophomore.
It's amazing, man, because all the memories and all the touchdowns we score on that field, it's just an amazing feeling to be back home and playing on that field, and I obviously take pride in playing on that field.
Wallace, who's a nightmare for opposing defenses through the air and on the ground, the dual-threat quarterback knew that coming back home was the right place to be.
I feel like this program is what I need because they're giving me a fair shot at playing and actually being on the field. The past 3 years, I've been just a situational guy, but when I'm here, I'm actually the guy, and I get to go out and make plays for this team, which is going to help me get better film and get out.
While Wallace splits time with freshman quarterback Noah Von Israel, head coach Jack Steptoe has full confidence that Wallace will fulfill his dream of making it to the next level.
He's a man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he understands what has to be done. He has the discipline. He puts the time in, and I think that's the difference that separates him because he knows what he's looking at. He's got to be able to take that pre-snap read. That's what separates good quarterbacks from great quarterbacks.
And if you do want to check out Wallace and the Roadrunners, you can this Saturday against San Bernardino Valley at Cathedral City High School. But that's it for this week's edition of Kenji's Corner. Blake, back to you.
You know what I mean? Kenji, thank you so much. Good stuff there. All right, time now for Blake's Best. As I've said a million times on this show, it is more than just football. It is about community and school spirit, and the Cathedral City Band exemplifies that, led by band director Dr. Matthew Howe.
Compa, 5, 6, on TV, go!
Great way to end the show, right? I mean, come on. Barry Manilow, Copacabana.
I mean, couldn't ask for a better ending than that, right?
Yeah, it was a light week, guys, but a fun week. Great job to both of you. And as you can see behind me, Plays of the Week nominee is going to be over the weekend, so be sure to vote for that. I know you'll have that over the weekend, right, Kench?
Yeah, I'll be pushing it and seeing who comes out on top.
And congratulations to both of you. Arizona State winners on a Friday night. Forks up. All right, that's it for this week's edition of the Best Local Sports Show. We'll